Okay, welcome everyone to part A of the series 1 of June 23 MTP. Part A is maths. Before we start, a few instructions as usual. First, ideally, you should solve this first by yourself, then only come to the video. Otherwise, it is of no use. Okay, in exam, you are not going to have someone who is explaining, right? So, try it by yourself, then come to the video. Second, we are going to solve this fast. So, we are going to see what tricks we can use from exam point of view. So for this video, more than concepts, we are going to focus more on tricks. So obviously, I assume that you have studied the basic concepts and will go to how to solve each question in 1 minute. Okay. Third, as usual, this is going to be in English so that everyone understands, and you have to be comfortable with the language. It is simple English because you have to write every paper in English, right? After all. Fourth, in exam, there is no part A, part B. Okay, part A, B. No, there is no ratio proportions questions first, then equation, then permutation, and so on. No, in exam you'll have mix random questions. Any question can be anywhere, so be prepared for that. Okay, fine. So let's see how to solve it quickly. Get ready with your calculators. Okay, first is indices. The value of this is okay. Now there is one simple thing here, because if you observe 4 and 64, if we cancel, we get 16, right? There is no other constant there. That means in options, if you see, A has to be the answer, right? Don't even go to B, C, D, because 16 is not going to be cancelled anywhere now. So A is the answer. But still, if you want to solve, what will you do? Everything should be on calculator. First, let's think about A. A raised to 3, bracket raised to 6. What is A raised to M, bracket raised to N? A raised to M into N. So 3 into 6, 3 into 6. If power is in the numerator, we add it. So M plus. So 3 into 6, M plus. Then denominator 3 into 2, 3 into 2. M minus because it is in denominator. Then 1 into 2, again M minus. If you press MRC, you get 10. So A raised to 10. Clear the memory. B. 4 into 6, M plus. Then 1 into 2, M minus. Again 1 into 2, M minus. If you press MRC, you get 20. So B raised to 20. So A is the correct answer, right? You need not have solved that. Second, ratios. Four persons ABCD wish to share a sum in the ratio 5, 4, 2, 3. If D gets 1000 less than C, then what is the share of B? Okay. Now this is a wrong question, because if you see, C is getting 2x and D is getting 3x. But they are saying D is getting 1000 rupees less than C. That is not correct, because in fact D is getting more than C, right? So forget about the question. Third, the mean proportional between 12x square and 27y square. So mean proportional is what? 12x square and that number is equal to, that number is to 27y square. So we know that number is going to be square root of 12x square 27y square. So what is 12 into 27? 324. What is square root of 324? 18. So 18 into x square and y square will become x and y. So 18xy, option A is the correct answer. Fourth, if thrice of A's age 6 years ago, B, okay, for such questions, assume something as x and start forming the equation. Thrice, let's say A's age is x. Thrice of A's age, that means thrice of x. 6 years ago. 6 years ago, that means 6 years ago his age was x minus 6, right? So thrice of x minus 6. B means is subtracted from twice his present age. So this is subtracted from 2x, twice his present age. The result would be equal to his present age, that is x. Find A's present age. So you can either solve this equation or go by options. So that is 2x minus 3x plus minus minus plus 18 is equal to x, right? So it is going to be 2x is equal to 18, so x is 9. Or you can go by option. How? Let's say option C we selected. You will go by ABC obviously. If thrice of A's age 6 years ago, 9. So 6 years ago it is 3. So thrice of 3. If it is subtracted from twice of present age is 18. So if you do 18 minus 9, that is going to be present age. That is correct. So option C is the correct answer. Fifth, if one root of quadratic equation is 2 minus root 3, If roots are irrational, then they have to be conjugates of each other. That means other root has to be 2 plus root 3. Okay. Given that the roots are irrational, they should not have. I mean, there was no need of this. Then find the quadratic equation. Okay. We know first root. We know second root. How can we form quadratic equation from the roots? X square minus sum of roots into x plus product of roots is equal to 0. That should be the equation, right? So x square minus, what is sum of roots? 2 minus root 3 plus 2 plus root 3 x plus product of roots. What is product of roots? Okay, understand now this into this. You should know basic algebraic formulas. A minus b, a plus b is what? A square. So a square minus b square. That is 4 minus 3, that is 1. So product is 1. Here you can cancel root 3, root 3. 2 plus 2 is 4. So x square minus 4x plus 1. Option A should be the correct answer for question number 5. Okay, fine. Let's go to next. 6th. If log of this is equal to x, then find x. Whenever base is different, always know that you have to use change of base. That's it. Whenever base is different, change of base. What is change of base? If you have something like this, log 4 to base 3, you can write it like this. Log 4 to base 3 can be written as log 4 by log 3 with any base. Okay, any base. So this will be log 4 by log 3. Then this will be log 5 by log 4. That means if you observe 4, 4 will be cancelled, log 4, log 4. So let's not write it. Why write it? Okay, don't write it in exam. Directly cancel. So this log 4 and this 4 will be cancelled. This 5 and this 5 will be cancelled. 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. So what is remaining? Log of 9 to the base 3. Right? So you know that log 9 to base 3 is x. You should know what is log. What is logarithm? Log means 3 raised to what is 9. So 3 raised to what is 9. 3 raised to what is 9? 3 raised to 2 is 9. So option B. Okay. 7th. If, okay, now they have not written this correctly, but it is half log 4 to base 10. Let's forget about that. Is y. And half log 9 is x. Okay. Half log 4. We know that a log b is equal to what? Log of b raised to a. So this comes into power. So this half will come here. So log of 4 raised to half. 4 raised to half is what? Square root of 4. So that is log 2. Similarly, this is root of 9. So log 3. Now they are asking us to find log 15 to base 10. Okay, let's split that. Log 15. Can I write it as log of 3 into 5? Right. Log of AB is what? Log A plus log B. Okay. Now there is a trick involved here. Understand log 3. Can I write log? We don't have log 5, right? We have just log 2 and log 3. So can I write log 5 as log of 10 by 2? Okay. That means log 3 plus log 10 by 2. Log of A by B is what? Log A minus log B. Now we have our answer because log 3 is x plus log 10. Log 10 is 1, right? Because base is also 10 minus log 2 is y. So x minus y plus 1 should be the answer. Option A. A is the correct answer. 8. If the roots of this equation are coincident, that means same, then what is value of k? You should know properties of discriminant. Discriminant is b square minus 4ac. If b square minus 4ac is 0, then roots are same, right? So that means b square minus 4ac is 0 here. This is a, this is b, this is c. So b square is 2k square. 2k square is what? 4k square minus 4 into a. A is k minus 4 into c. C is k plus 5. That is equal to 0. Okay. So this is just an equation which you have to solve. That's it. That will give you the answer. Now, how to solve? Just give me a minute. There's some issue with charging. Okay, yes. So how to solve the equation is up to you. You can put the values or you can just solve it. 4k square minus 4 into this will be k square plus 5k minus 4k minus 20 is equal to 0. Okay. So 4k square minus 4k square. Again, this plus minus will be minus 20k. Again, minus minus will be plus 16k. Minus 4 into 20 is 80. Sorry, plus 80 is equal to 0. Right. This is cancelled. Minus 20k plus 16k is what? Minus 4k. That means 4k is 80. That means k is 20. Option B. Okay? You have to be fast with solving the brackets, especially because that can there's a chance to make mistake here. Like I was writing negative 80, right? That was wrong. Next, this is a good question, different question, something that is not in the module. If 3x plus 2 is less than 2x plus 5 and 4x minus 5 is greater than equal to 2x minus 3, then x can take the following values. Okay, let's solve this first. 3x plus 2 is less than 2x plus 5. This is normal. You can solve it like equation normally. Okay, there are some restrictions, but I'll explain those later. Okay, right now this is not relevant. Let's just take this 2x here and this 2 here. So 3x minus 2x is x is less than 5 minus 2 is 3. So x has to be less than 3. So this is not the answer. Next, 4x minus 5 is greater than equal to 2x minus 3. Okay, let's take 2x here. So 4x minus 2x is 2x is greater than equal to minus 5 will become plus 5. So plus 5 minus 3 is 2. That means x is greater than equal to 1. That means these are also not the answers. So C is the correct answer. Okay. Good question. 10th. Cost price of 3 pens and 4 bags is 324. Directly start following the equation. This is like simultaneous equations, right? And 4 pens and 3 bags is 257. Then cost price of 1 pen is what? So we want to find x, right? If we want to find x, let's try to eliminate y. Let's multiply this equation by 3, this equation by 4. So we'll get x automatically. If we multiply it by 3, 9x plus 12y is equal to 324 into 3, 972, and 16x plus 12y is equal to 257 into 4, that is 1028. Okay, let's subtract second minus first. So 16 minus 9 is what? 7x is equal to, this will be cancelled, 1028 minus 972, that is 56. If 7x is 56, that means x is equal to what? 56 divided by 7. So 8 should be the answer. It is not in the options, but that is, the options are wrong. 8 is the correct answer, right? Next, 11th. In a hostel, okay, this is again a very good question. These kind of questions come in CAT or entrance exams. They till now they have not come in CA exams, but now they have started asking. Okay, in the past they did not ask such questions. In a hostel, ration stocked for 400 students up to 31 days. Okay, so you have food items which can be used for 400 students for 31 days. After 28 days, 280 students are vacated from the hostel or vacated the hostel. Find the number of days for which the remaining ration will be sufficient for the remaining students. I'll make a separate video on these kind of questions. This is a good question. Okay, fine. So understand, for such things you should always calculate the quantity in terms of students into days. Students into days. Okay. So you have how much ration right now? 400 students for 31 days. So can I say 400 into 31? 400 into 31 is how much? 12,400 student days. Okay, let's call it student days. You will see this concept in detail in CA inter costing. Okay, 12,400 student days. For 28 days, after 28 days, some students are leaving, right? That means for 28 days, everyone was there. So how much is used? For 28 days, everyone was there, 400 students. So how much is used? 400 into 28? 11,200 student days is used. So how much is left? Left is 12,400 minus 11,200, that is 1,200 student days. 1,200 student days are left. Now they are asking for how many days remaining ration will be sufficient for remaining students. How many students are remaining now? 400 minus 280, that means how much? 120 students are remaining. So can I say 1,200 is student into days, right? So 120 student into days. So if you just divide it here, days will be 10. So 10 days is the answer. This is a very good question. Okay, let me know in comments if you have any doubts about this. I'll upload a special video for this. 12th is time pass question. Sum of two numbers is 8. Sum of their squares is 34. Taking one number as x, form an equation. We will not do this. We'll go by options, right? Sum of two numbers is 8. So this is not the correct answer. This is, sum is 8, but sum of squares is 16 plus 16. That is not 34, so wrong. 3 plus 5 is 8 and 9 plus 25 is 34. So C is the correct answer. Next. Now TVM questions have started. TVM is the most important chapter, highest weightage. 80,000 is invested to earn a monthly interest of 1200 at the rate of what? Simple interest. Simple interest, right? So 80,000 into what rate? Okay, into what 1 month? Okay, monthly interest should be equal to 1200, right? Or don't even write the equation, just solve. Go by options. 80,000 into 1 by 12 into what percent is equal to 1200. So if you just solve, that will be 18%. D is the correct answer, right? Find the present value of an ordinary annuity of 8 quarterly payments, very important, of 500 each. Rate of interest being 8% per annum compounded quarterly. If you are not good with annuity shortcuts, present value, future value, then I have uploaded revision videos for free. My entire regular batch is also available for free on the channel, so go through that, because understanding the shortcuts is very important, because otherwise you will not be able to solve annuity questions, right? Okay, so 8 quarterly payments of 500 each, rate of interest is 8% per annum. We want present value of annuity. Present value of annuity regular is what? Annuity amount into present value annuity factor. Present value annuity factor, how do we find? 1 divided by 1 plus I. What is 1 plus I? Not 8%. I is not 8% right now. Quarterly, that means in 1 year there are 4 quarters. So we have to take 8 by 4, that is 2% as the rate. So 1 divided by 1.02, 1 divided by 1 plus I. Then press equal to 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then press grand total, GT. So that gives you 7.32548. Don't write it. Multiplied by 500, that is our answer. 3662, option C. Okay, don't write it. Effective annual rate of interest corresponding to normal rate of 6% per annum, payable half yearly. Effective rate is nothing but 1 year compounded rate converted to simple interest. So just 1 plus I. I is what? 6% but half yearly, that means 1.03. Half yearly, that means there are 2 half years, minus 1. So 1.03 into equal to, that is square, right? Minus 1, that is 6.09%, option D. A trust fund has invested 20,000 rupees in two schemes A and B, offering compound interest at the rate of 8% and 9% per annum respectively. If the total amount of interest accrued through these two schemes together in 2 years was 4818, what was the amount invested? Okay, fine. So here going by options is easier. Understand, 27,000 was the starting money plus 4818.3. So that means at the end we should have 31818.3. Okay, this is what we should have at the end, right? Now let's go by options. If we start going by options, if first scheme A is 12,000, that means second scheme will be how much? 27,000 is total minus 12,000, that is 15,000. So 12,000, sorry, and 15,000. 2 years interest. How do we find 2 years interest? First, the interest rate is 8%. So 1.08 into equal to into 12,000 m plus. Okay, 1.08 into equal to, that is square, into 12,000 m plus. Second is 9%. So 1.09 into equal to into 15,000 m plus. If you press MRC, you get exactly this number. So A is the correct answer. Okay. Next, a sum of money invested of compound interest doubles itself in 4 years. In how many years it becomes 32 times of itself at the same rate of compound interest? Okay. For doubling, there is a shortcut which I have explained in different videos. Number 72 is called as magic number for compound interest. But we cannot use it here because that gives you approximate answer. We want exact answer here. So let's say we invest 1 rupee. 1 rupee is our principal. 1.0 or 1 plus I, what we don't know what is I, for 4 years, so raised to 4, and that becomes 2. Okay, final amount is 2, double. So we have to find I. Okay, how do we get that I? If you have raised to 4, then you don't need to go to 12 times square root method. Okay, you will have this, right? 1 plus I is equal to 2 raised to 1 by 4. 2 raised to 1 by 4 is nothing but 2 square root, because 1 by 4 is nothing but half into half, so square root and square root. So 1 plus I is 1.1892. That means I is equal to 0.1892 or 18.92%, right? Okay. Now we have to find after how many years it will become 32 times of itself. So how to find that? Understand? 1 into 1.1892 raised to what? is equal to 32, they're asking, right? So just take on your calculator 1.1892 and keep on raising it, press into, and then keep pressing equal to equal to equal to equal to. So when you press equal to one time, this is year 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. When you press 20, when you press it 20 times, you get 31.99, which is 32, right? So 20 is the correct answer. Again, a very good question. Okay. Next, the difference between compound interest and simple interest on an amount of 15,000 for 2 years is 96 rupees. What is the rate of interest per annum? They have written wrong spelling of annum, but fine. You can solve this using an equation, but no need. You can solve this normally also, right? Fine. Just go by options. Compound interest. What will be compound interest amount? 1.09 into equal to, because 2 years, into 15,000. That is 17,821.5. Don't write it. Instead, press M plus. Okay. Now simple interest. Simple interest will be about 15,000 into 9% into 2 years plus 15,000 principal. So that is 17,700. You can do this M minus. If you press MRC, you get 121.5. So this is not the answer. Clear the memory, go to next option. If 1.08 into 15,000 m plus 15,000 into 2 into 8% plus 15,000 m minus. If you press MRC, you get 96. So 8% is the correct option. Correct answer, option B. Next, 19. A machine with useful life of 7 years costs 10,000, while another machine with useful life of 5 years costs 8,000. The first machine saves labor expenses of 1900 annually, and second machine saves labor expenses of 2200 annually. This is a question of NPV. Good question. Determine the preferred course of action, that is, which machine should be purchased. Assume 10% as the interest rate. What is NPV? For NPV, you have to find present value of everything. Everything. Focus on first machine. For first machine, how much are we paying? We are paying 10,000. That is today, so it is already present value, right? So 10,000. How much will we receive? We will get saving of 1900 every year for 7 years. That is annuity. Every year for 7 years. So annuity. How do we find present value of annuity? 1 divided by 1.1. Then 7 times equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then GT multiplied by 1900. So that is 9249.99. Okay. If you are paying 10,000 and receiving 9249, it is not a good option, right? So this is not correct. First machine should be purchased. Let's think about second machine. For second machine, we are paying how much? 8,000. And we are receiving how much? 2200 annually for 5 years. Okay. So 1 divided by 1.1. Now only 5 times equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press GT multiplied by 2200. That is 8339.7. That means we are paying 8,000. We are receiving more. So this is the correct answer, option B. Okay. How much amount is required to be invested every year so as to accumulate 5 lakhs at the end of 12 years if interest is compounded annually? This is a question of future value of annuity. For future value, you just need to know the formula. Future value of annuity, this is what we are going to receive, right? Is annuity amount into 1 plus I raised to n, which they have already given. So 1.1 raised to 12, 3.138428. Or maybe they have already given the annuity factor. Let's just check. No, that is correct. So 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 upon I, right? So that is 3.138428 minus 1 divided by 0.1. So this is what? 21.38428. If you want, you can write it or do M plus. Then 5 lakhs divided by MRC equal to, divided by MRC equal to. That gives you 23381, option A. Or you can write it and solve, no matter. Raju invests 20,000 every year in a deposit scheme starting from today. Starting from today. So annuity, immediate annuity due for next 12 years. Assuming that the interest rate is 7% per annum compounded annually, what will be the future value? Future value of annuity immediate and annuity due is what? Annuity amount. Same formula, okay, 1.07 raised to 12 minus 1 divided by 0.07 Only thing is you have to add 1 plus I at the end. This is the only special part about annuity due, right? So 1.07 raised to 12 they are already given, 2.25219,150 minus 1 divided by 0.07 into 1.07 into 20,000, that gives you 382812. That is option B. Okay, fine. Next, 22. Mr. A invested 20,000 every year for next 3 years at interest rate of 8% per annum compounded annually. What is the future value of this annuity? So this is a normal future value question again. I don't know why they've given so many questions. So 20,000 into 1.2597 minus 1 upon 0.08. That is it, right? 1.2597 minus 1 upon 0.08 into 20,000. 64925, or option C is the closest answer, so you can take that option, right? Next 23. 10,000 is invested in every month and in an account paying interest at 12% per annum compounded monthly. What is the future value of annuity? Again, future value of annuity, right? Fine. So 10,000 into what? 12% is per annum. Compounding is monthly. So 12 is for the year. So for a month, 1%. So 1.01 raised to 11 minus 1 upon 0.01. They have already given that value, 1.1156 minus 1 divided by 0.01 into 10,000. So 115600. 115600. Option A is the correct answer for question 23. Okay, next 24. Sinking fund factor is the reciprocal of. Okay, this is a not a time pass question. Understand what is sinking fund? Sinking fund is how much you should invest every year to get something at the end, right? That means future value. Future value of annuity is what? Annuity amount into future value factor. Future value of annuity factor. Now, sinking fund is how much you should invest every year. That means this is sinking fund. So how do we get sinking fund? We get FVAR, that is future value of annuity regular, multiplied by 1 divided by this, right? If we take this to left hand side, we get this. So it is nothing but reciprocal of a future value factor. So option C is the correct answer. Okay. Next, question number 25. 10 years ago, EPS of ABC Limited was 5 rupees per share. Okay. EPS of this year is 22. Compute at what rate EPS of company grows and has grown annually. So this is nothing but CAGR, compounded average or annual growth rate. For this, you don't have to do anything different. Just assume this as principal, this as amount, and use compound interest formula. What is compound interest formula? Amount is equal to principal into 1 plus I raised to n. Right? So 22 by 5 is how much? Sorry, okay, 22 by 5 is 4.4. So 4.4 should be equal to 1 plus I raised to 10. Okay, we can go by options. 1.1597 raised to 10. How do we do raised to 10? Into and 9 times equal to. So that is the correct answer, option A. Okay, 4.4. Next. Number of ways 4 boys and 3 girls are to be seated for a photograph in a row alternatively. So there are 7 people. If you want to seat them alternatively, okay, then you have to, okay, there is no other option. You have to sit the girls here, right? And then you have to sit the boys here. So 3 girls can be seated in how many ways? 3 factorial, and is in 2. 4 boys can be seated in 4 factorial ways. So 6 into 24, 144 is the correct answer, option C. If there are 30 points in a plane, what is a plane? Not plane, which, not aeroplane. 30 points in a plane is geometrical plane. So it is a plane surface. There are 30 points on the surface, of which 5 points are lies niche. It should be lie on the same line. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there are remaining points which are not on the same line. Then the number of triangles that can be formed are. Okay. This is selection question. Understand combination. How can we form a triangle? We have to select 3 points, but we cannot select any 3 points because these 3 points will not form a triangle, right? So let's call them 5 collinear points and 25 non-collinear points. So we have 5 collinear, 25 non-collinear. How can we select 3 points now? We can select all 3 from here and 0 from here, right? that is 5C0 and sorry 5C0 and 25C3. Okay, 5C0 is how much? 1. 25C3 is how much? 25 into 24 into 23 divided by 6. So 2300. Or we can select one collinear point and two non-collinear points. So that is 5C1 is 5 into 25C2 is what? 25 into 24 divided by 2. That is 300. Or we can select two collinear points and one non-collinear point, right? Something like this. That is also a triangle. 5C2 is what? 10 and 25C1 is what? 25. So it will be 2300 m plus 5 into 300 m plus 10 into 25 m plus. If you press MRC, you get option C. If you are not used to calculating 5 NCR, NPR, then I have again, like I said, uploaded permutation combination revision batches also. Go through them. It will be beneficial, as in you'll be able to solve them fast in exam. You'll not waste too much time in calculation. Okay. Also, do join the Telegram channel. I have given the link in the comments so that you'll be able to, I upload MCQs daily there. So if you go through the past MCQs, you will find around 600 700 MCQs on the channel. So it will be good for exam practice. Sorry, 28. Okay. What is value of N and R? If NPR is this, NCR is this. Okay, we are not going to solve. We are going to go by options. This is easiest to calculate. NCR should be 126. Let's see what is 9C4. 9 into 7 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 divided by 4 factorial is what? 24. So 126. So A can be the answer. Let's just check NPR. 9 into 8 into 7 into 6. That's it. 3024. So A is the correct answer, right? Number of 3-digit odd numbers that can be formed using this if repetition is allowed. Okay, 3-digit numbers. Odd numbers. Odd means at the end we can have 5 or 7 or 9. So 3 options. Repetition is allowed, right? So we can do anything. Here we can place any number now. Any number as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 options. 5. Again 5 options because repetition is allowed. This and this and this and is multiplication. So 75 is the correct answer. 30. If function of x is x square minus 5, then evaluate f of 3, f of this. Let's solve only first one. F of x is x square minus 5. So f of z is z square minus 5. F of a is a square minus 5. So f of 3 is 3 square minus 5. What is 3 square minus 5? 9 minus 5, that is 4, right? So f of 3 is 4. You have only option C, where first is 4. So take that, go ahead. Okay, don't keep on solving, no need of that. There is only one option which fits. Fifth and eighth term of a GP are 27 and 729. Then find the 10th term. Okay. Now understand, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. So 5th term is 27, 8th term is 729, and we want 10th term. Okay, this. You can go by formula, that is absolutely fine. Okay, A into R raised to n minus 1, that is absolutely fine. You will have A into R raised to 4, A into R raised to 7, A into R raised to 9, right? This divided by this will be what? AR raised to 7 upon AR raised to 4. So AA will be cancelled. 7 minus 4 is 3. So R raised to 3 is what? 729 by 27, which is 27. That means R is 3. If R is 3, now don't go by formula. I mean, you can find A and then do this, but no need. Okay. This is 8th term, right? So this will be 9th term and this will be 10th term. So 729 into 3 into 3. Sorry. 729 into 3 into 3, 6561. Option D is the correct answer. No need to always use the formula. In AP, TP is Q and TQ is P. Then what is T of P plus Q? Again, you can go by formula, but you don't need to go by formula. Okay, go put some numbers. Let's assume P is 1. Let's assume Q is 2. So we have TP, that is first term is 2. Okay, 2. TQ, that is second term, is P, 1. That means second term is 1. So tell me logically, third term will be what? 2, 1. So 0, minus 1, minus 2 and so on, right? Fine. We want T of P plus Q. What is P plus Q? 3. that means we want T3. So T3 is 0, we know. So 0 is the correct answer, option A. You should ideally put this in all other options also. P plus Q is what? 1 plus 2. Minus 3 is not correct. 1 plus 2, 3 by 2 is also not correct. So A is the correct answer. Next. 4 geometric means between 4 and 972 are. Okay. Again, go by options. How will you go by options? See, geometric means everything is in GP. So if I write something like this, 4 972, that means everything has to be in GP, right? So let's check the ratios. What is 12 by 4? 3. But 30 by 12 is not 3, right? So this is not correct. Next, again 4 972. What is 12 by 4? 3. But 24 by 12 is not 3. So again that is wrong. This will also be wrong because 10 by 4 and 36 by 10. This seems to be the answer. Let's just check. 12 by 4 is 3. 36 by 12 is 3. 108 by 36 is 3. 324 by 3 is 108. So B is the correct answer. Okay, fine. Let's check last one also. Yes. 34. If A is this, then number of subsets of A is. Number of subsets is just 2 raised to n. N is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 raised to 6 is 64. Option A. Number of proper subsets. Proper subsets is that minus 1 because we don't want to include the set itself. We don't want to include the set itself. So we'll forget about that. Of A intersection B. What is A intersection B? Common elements. B is small. 2, 4, 6, 7, 9. So let's check that in A. 2, 4, 6 is not there. 7 is there. 9 is there, right? So intersection is 2, 4, 7, 9. 4 elements. So we'll have 2 raised to 4 minus 1. 2 raised to 4 is 16 minus 1 is 15. B. Derivatives integration. If y is this, then dy by dx is what? Okay, let's open those brackets. X into x minus 1, that will be what? Sorry. X into x minus 1 will be what? X square minus x into x minus 2. Again, let's open the bracket. X square into x is x cube. Then x square minus 2 is minus 2x square. Minus x into x is minus x square. Plus, because minus minus plus 2x, right? So x cube minus 2x square minus x square is minus 3x square plus 2x. If we take derivative of x raised to n is what? N into x raised to n minus 1. Then 3 into 2, 6. X plus 2. So option what? A. Fine. Next. 37. If integration from 0 to 1 of that is 0, then find k. Okay. Let's integrate first. A lot of students leave derivatives and integration for option. Okay. Now understand something. Will take 2-3 minutes, but just understand. Okay. Right now I am recording this video in May 23. If your exam is in June 23 and you have still not done derivatives integration, then my advice is now don't do it. At least don't do integration. You can touch derivatives, but integration, forget about it. Because you don't have that much time, you have to study all the subjects and you have to do all other chapters perfect. But those who are giving November, December 23, 24, 25, any for future exam, you have to study derivatives and integration because it is like bonus 4 to 5 marks. Okay. Here they have asked 4 to 5. Sometimes in exam they also ask 1 or 2 questions. Okay. But it is like bonus at least 1 to 2, 3, 4 marks. Why? Because generally derivatives integration questions are not difficult. Okay. For commerce exam, they don't ask for a commerce, they consider that you are doing CA. So you should not, you're not expected to have too much technical knowledge. So generally they ask easy questions like this. So if you have studied it, you will find that these are easy. If you have not studied it, obviously that is going to be difficult. But that is my advice. Okay, that is just a suggestion. Ideally, I always say that you should cover everything. You should be done with each and every question from module, each and every question from past MTP, each and every question from some other book. It can be scanner or it can be any other publication. Okay, but one book you have to take and solve each and every question. Because if you are comfortable with all that, then there is literally very low probability that you will fail. Okay, because getting 40 marks is not difficult if you have studied. Even if you don't like maths too much, tell me, think logically. If you have solved thousands of MCQs, then obviously you are going to clear. Your probability of clearing becomes very high because you get used to that kind of stress, you get used to that kind of tricks, you get used to those kind of formulas. That is why join the join the Telegram channel in the link might help, because I post MCQs daily there. Okay, and it can be useful from exam point of view. Let's solve this. First, let's integrate this. So okay, just give me a minute. Sorry, yeah. So 3 will remain as it is. X square will become what? Okay, x raised to n becomes x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So x cube upon 3 plus 2, x will become x square by 2 plus k and x, right? Will not add plus c because this is a definite integration from 0 to 1. Let's cancel 3, let's cancel 2. First we'll put 1. X cube, 1 cube is 1 plus x square is 1 plus k, x is k. Minus, now we'll put 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0, right? This they have given as what? 0. That means 2 plus k they are saying is 0. That means k is equal to what? Minus 2. Option C is the correct answer for question number 37. Okay. Next. Next is 38. If fx is this, at which point fx is minimum and fx is maximum? This is the concept called as minima and maxima. A very good concept and very useful concept if you ever go into optimization or something like that. That is a future discussion. But it is a good concept. If you have studied derivatives, it is easy. How do we find minima and maxima? We take first derivative first. How do we take first derivative? Let's differentiate it. So f dash x will be what? 6x square minus 30x plus 36. Right. Then we set this derivative as 0 and we solve to find value of x. Okay, sorry. We can take x common. If we take x, sorry, we can take 6 common. If we take 6 common, it will be x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0, right? Fine. So the roots are going to be 3 and 2. You can obviously you can see it here 3 and 2. Okay. Okay, they have given wrong options. They have given everything as x. x3, x2, x3, x2, x3, x2, x3, x2. Okay, but forget about it. We'll find the right answer. Fine. So 3 and 2, why? Because sum of roots is 6, 3 plus, sorry, product of roots is 6, 3 into 2 is 6. Sum of roots is 5, 3 plus 2 is 5. That means x can be 3 or x can be 2. Now what do? We find second derivative. What is second derivative? Derivative of this. So that is 12x minus 30. Okay, I have explained this also in the regular batch which I have uploaded on the channel. So for details you can go through it. You'll get to know the entire concept. Now what we do? We put this x is equal to 3 in this. So that is 12 into 3, 36 minus 30. That gives us 6. Then we put x is equal to 2 in this. That is 24 minus 30 is minus 6. Understand? If we are getting positive answer, that means it is minimum value. If we are getting negative answer, that means it is maximum. So x is minimum at, sorry, fx is minimum when x is 3. Fx is maximum when x is 2. Okay. So minimum is when x is equal to 3, maximum is when x is equal to, that is the answer. Okay, good question. Normal integration, simple. 3x square, x square, if we integrate it will become x cube by 3, right? So 3 will be cancelled, we'll just have x cube from 0 to 2. So when we put 2 cube is 8, when we put 0, it is 0. So 8 minus 0 is 8. Option C is the correct answer for 39. Last 40. What is the integration of this? Okay. If you know the rules, basic rules of integration, you will know that you can just treat it like, you can assume it as u. So it will be u raised to 6 by 6. But then you have 2x here, right? So you'll have to multiply by 2 here. So it will be option C. Or you can, assume this as u. Then write u is equal to 2x plus 3. Then write du by dx is equal to 2. Then write du is equal to 2 dx. Sorry. Yeah. Dx, or rather dx is equal to du by 2. Then you can write this as integration of u raised to 5 into du by 2, which is nothing but u raised to 6 by 6 into 1 by 2. That is nothing but u raised to 6 by 12. That is nothing but option B. Okay, fine. So yeah, that's it. I mean, it is okay if you find some of these questions difficult, but it is not okay if you don't do anything about it. Okay, exam is near now. Exam is nearby now, and those who are watching, for later exams, still, if you are getting something wrong, then do it till you get it right. Okay, practice more. You have a lot of resources to practice. Institute provides you everything. Okay, maths module itself has a lot of questions. Then past papers you can get some scanner. You can get all the MTPs of ICAI. You can get, okay, if someone really wants to practice, they can also get model test papers from CPT. Okay, some students I've seen, they do that and they really score well. But you have to have time and passion for that to score 80 plus or 90 plus. Because let me tell you, if you're solving more than 1000 2000 MCQs, then there is no way that you are going to score less. The practice is the key. A lot of students don't do that. See, generally what happens is, if you feel that something is difficult, then we ignore it. Okay, we see that, oh no, it is difficult, let's keep it at the end, let's keep it for the end, and then it gets skipped. So that should not happen. I'll tell from my experience. In CA final, okay, in CA inter, I had 42 marks in tax. In CA final, I got a rank and I got highest marks in tax. Why? Because I did not like tax subject at all. So what I did was, for CA final, I took tax first and finished it off, so that that fear went away from my mind and I could score highest marks in tax. I teach costing, but in my CA final exam, I have more marks in tax than costing. I have something like 76 in tax, both the subjects, and costing something like 74, right? So that is how it should be. If you have a fear of a subject or a chapter, take it up and finish it off. If you have any doubts, I'm always there. You can reach out to me over YouTube or Telegram anytime. Okay, fine. So I hope this was useful to everyone. For concepts, don't forget to watch the revision lectures and regular lectures. And see you on the Telegram channel and in the part B video. Okay, bye everyone. That's all.